Hey, have you finished your beetleweight yet? Love you.
I know I signed off last time about saying I'm just kind of making it up as I go along, and that's kind of true. But I figured that whilst I'm in a jigsawing mood, I should at least cut out some of my polycarbonate. So I'm gonna rebuild the chassis like I did last time, just loosely, mark out what measurements I need to take for the polycarbonate to go on. I'm only doing the sides and the top. We'll do the floor plan at another point, I think, because this is quite an easy, straightforward task. And then we'll think about cutting out the circle holes for the motors. I need to make sure that the drill bit I've got does fit the 25mm diameter of the motors. Are you ready to build some robots, Lil? Yeah. Robots? Show your robot. Yeah, Timo TT in the house. Or in the garden, should we say. Now, there's a reason why it's called robotic idiotic. It's because I mismeasured that. That's not 122, it's 127.
At least it's too big.
I mean, yeah, rather too big than too small. Measure once, cut twice. Is that right? Measure twice, cut once. So I've cut out our lid panels. As you can see, they are top panels. I've also marked out where I'm going to drill my drill holes. I've also marked out where I'm going to drill my screw holes to go into the bulkheads. And yeah, it's left and right. If it's a little bit unperfect. We're going for shed build look, aren't we? We're not going for pristine laser cut expensive. This is stuff you can make with basic tools in your garden with a workbench. It's taking shape. I have no idea how much it weighs at the moment. I'm hoping it's okay. But yeah, it's progress, isn't it? Shoot to drill. It was a bit lame, really, wasn't it? So I drilled out and countersunk our top panels, apart from the front holes, because I might need to put in a smaller screw because of the way how it fits into our bulkheads. Where this bulkhead will come out, the screw might meet the other screw, so if we put a smaller screw in, it might work a little bit better. As I've mentioned, the holes in the middle. See this round circle, that is where our motor will fit, and at the moment I'm using these motors, 25mm gear motors that are used in original Volta. Some other Beetles I know use 22mm gear motors, and I might consider getting some if these balls up. I'm going to cut out a 25mm hole, 25mm diameter hole in there with 25mm hole drill bit, but I need to make sure that this is accurate to the 25mm gear motor. So we're going to drill through a bit of old arena wall. We're going to try and fit the motor in there, and then if in the future I do buy some 22mm gear motors, we know that it will fit, but the way that we're going to mount the motors in, because the motors actually have screw ports in there for like an M3 or something, I can't remember what, we are going to use a bit of our leftover polycarbonate, make some rudimentary mounts. And then it will be kind of universal for if we want to use a 22mm. It's genius, I think. Hey, look at that. It's a bit loose. It does fit. Okay, this is a scary bit now. The X there and the circular space, that is the centre of my wheel. Ignore the circle in the middle. I'm moving the motor because I actually don't think that's going to give me enough clearance when we had 3mm of material on the underside of the chassis. We know the bit fits, we know that makes a decent hole, but if I balls it up, which is probably inevitable, then that's that bulkhead wasted and I'll have to start that again. No pressure. Should we have a go? Should we do it? Get it over and done with? I'm going to go in with a 3mm bit straight through to start a pilot hole. Could be worse. I'm going to go slowly. Wheel fits nicely. I'm so glad that's turned out very good, the way it did. Right, that's that one done. I'm going to finish the second bulkhead. I wonder if this task would be easier if I wasn't filming. Nice and slowly. That one was much easier. Probably because I was a bit more confident. The same thing. The right hand side. Well, there we go. That is how we are looking with motors mounted. I know it's a bit shoddy in there at the moment, but hopefully when we add some mounts it will tighten everything up on the wheel side, bring them more into line with each other. This gap in here was my biggest fear. I think that's a decent sized gap. 100% certain that my battery will fit in that gap there, all the electronics. I don't know what I was worried about, to be honest. Nice bit of clearance. Raise it off the ground. It actually looks like the CAD is starting to freak me out in a way. The CAD was pretty solid to begin with, I thought, but this is starting to look good. And what's left to do now is probably sign off, go back up to the studio, and yeah, just wrap up the video. I'm done here. This is a day's work. I've got a lot of tidying up to do. So yes, that is how far I got this time. When I said back to the studio, I actually hadn't finished. I kind of went back and I have drilled in some holes into the bulkheads, and to these bulkheads I've actually screwed this all together now. I also came across my first hurdle as well, because I blew out with the drill. I only wanted to make a pilot hole and it went straight through. So I filled it with a bit of excess stuff that comes out when you drill and some hot glue. And the screw actually fits in there nicely, so that's okay. I haven't lost that piece. But this, it might need a bit of refining. There's a few proud edges on here and up here, but look, it's pretty solid, isn't it? That's not too bad. I did actually screw these bulkheads to this as well, so I'll roll that bit of VT as I'm talking, and yeah, that is completely solid. I'm pretty impressed with how it's turned out so far. It looks good. It looks big. It does have quite a large footprint. I did weigh it initially with all the bits, including the motors, but then I just reweighed the bulkheads and the back plate and all that, and it tops in around about 690 grams. So we're well and truly on the way to becoming Beetle weight. I also made some card templates. So that one was for the top of the flipper. These ones are the more important ones. These are the ones that go down on the front edge between the central bulkhead and the side here. And that was quite a difficult task for me to work out, but I managed to do it. I think that is, two of them are pretty accurate. So we're gonna order some thin HDPE rather than polycarb as originally intended, and we will try and get the chassis done and the wedges and maybe the flipper. Although actually I think I want to make a test mule sometime. That's going to be interesting. That's going to be its own video. I hope to see you then. Thank you very much for watching. Hope this has been alright, and I will see you in the next one. Happy days.